The world narrowed to the crunch of boots on pavement and the copper flood in my mouth. Under that sickly yellow streetlight outside my apartment in Fort Lewis, Washington, Derek's fist connected again with my side. Pain exploded through my ribs like firecrackers. I curled tighter, years of military training kicking in to shield my organs, even as my shoulder screamed from the dislocation he'd caused when he ambushed me at the stairs. At 27, Staff Sergeant Lauren Bennett of the United States Army. I was dying on the concrete while the woman who gave birth to me sat 20 feet away in their rented sedan, engine humming, dashboard glow painting her face in cold detachment. Our eyes locked for a heartbeat. Nothing. No shock. No tears. Just hollow resignation, like she was watching rain hit the window. Derek's breath hit me next, thick with whiskey and stale smoke. You should have stayed gone, Lauren. He yanked my hair, forcing my head back. My good hand fumbled the phone from my pocket, muscle memory guiding 3 quick taps to Mia's contact, our emergency signal. Location pinging automatically. She'd come. She always did. But right then, breathing hurt too much to speak. The sodium lamp flickered overhead, casting long shadows that turned my blood black on the asphalt. I'd passed this light hundreds of times returning from deployment or late shifts at the base. Never imagined it marking my end. He circled me slowly, steel-toed boots clicking. 5 years of quiet after you ran off to play soldier. Then you come back poking around, through swelling eyelids. I watched my mother Susan grip the wheel, knuckles bone-white, but motionless. Number 911 call. No window rolling down. This was the same woman who'd once bandaged my childhood cuts, taught me bike riding on quiet suburban streets, promised forever protection. Now she was Derek's silent partner, complicit in her stillness. Sirens wailed faintly in the distance, Mia. Derek knelt close, blue eyes gleaming with triumph. This isn't finished. Cops won't save you forever. Your mother picked me, Lauren. She'll always pick me. He rose smoothly, sliding into the passenger seat as if finishing a routine chore. Susan pulled away deliberately, tail lights fading red into the night. The lamp flickered, once more, darkness edging my sight, but I dug nails into concrete, clinging to consciousness, not just for survival, but for the mother buried inside that shell. Mia's voice sliced the air soon after, urgent, commanding. Lauren, hold on. Boots pounded pavement, hands steady on my shoulders amid radio static and more sirens. They lifted me onto the stretcher as I stared up at that light one final time. This was the beginning. Abandoned and shattered here. But I swore it wouldn't be the end. To grasp how I landed bleeding there, we rewind 15 years to Middletown, Pennsylvania. I was 12 when life felt perfectly ordinary. The kind of middle-class American dream you see in catalogs. My father, Michael Bennett, engineered systems at the local factory. Mom taught elementary school, nurturing kids with endless patience. Our 2-story brick home featured a wide porch, a loyal Labrador named Max, and Sunday pot roasts where stories flowed freely. Dad built intricate tree forts from detailed blueprints, showed me car maintenance alongside perfect pitches in the backyard. Mom graded assignments at the kitchen island, humming Motown softly while I puzzled through math. Fridays brought board games by the hearth. Saturdays meant trail bikes along the Susquehanna. The crash struck a Tuesday afternoon in late autumn. Dad drove his usual route home. A speeding drunk blew through a red light at Main and Elm. Instant death, authorities said, as if that softened it. Mom fractured gradually, then catastrophically. She'd linger at the window awaiting his car, clutching untouched coffee mugs. The humming ceased. Enthusiasm for teaching dimmed. Fundraiser cookies and field trip chaperoning vanished. Grief consumed her, rendering me invisible in our suddenly vast house. 6 months post-funeral. Leaks plagued the roof. Mom contacted contractors until Derek Lang arrived, clipboard in hand, warm smile masking calculation.
Tall.
Broad. Silver threading his dark hair gave him a refined air. He quoted low, claiming empathy for widows' budgets, mentioning his solo-raised mother. "Your mom needs support," he told me one porch afternoon while I read. "Losing someone hits hard. You're mature, watching over her." I craved Mom's smile, her return from ghost-like wandering. So when Derek lingered for coffee post-repairs, I accepted. When he brought groceries conveniently, gratitude swelled. Her first laugh in months at his joke felt like healing dawn. Courtship unfolded swiftly, yet calculated. Derek materialized at every vulnerability, clogged disposal, dead battery, birthday tears, with fixes, tissues, takeout. Never overt. Always essential. "He's not replacing your dad," Mom confided the night she revealed dating. No one could. But Derek eases the loneliness. I ached for her relief so fiercely I overlooked his smiles chill. House appraisals like asset tallies, Max's wary growls. They wed that summer courthouse simple. I clutched her bouquet in a pale dress. Derek's grip on my shoulder felt claiming. Mom radiated relief mistaken for joy. Shifts crept in subtly. Derek urged Mom quit after-school tutoring. "You labor enough days." Dad's tools sold off. No rusting relics. Opinions multiplied on spending. Schedules.
Kin.
Your sister's calls drain time. Book club wastes evenings. Lauren skips track. Home duties first. Each cloaked in concern.
Mom.
Grief fogged. Yielded. Peace-hungry. Stayed silent as our world contracted and his dominance expanded. Laughter-filled rooms turned eggshell tense. The advocate teacher became powerless. The girl mourning her father realized she'd lost her mother, not to grave, but Derek's systematic erasure of her essence. Within a year, invisible bars locked us in. He imposed strict ledgers, Mom's salary funneled to his sole access account. She begged funds for basics. Lunches.
Gas.
Receipts dissected mercilessly. $25 shampoo? Generic suffices. Mom nodded apologies. Eyes lowered like scolded child. Isolation layered methodically. Reasonable excuses piled. Sister's distance wastes gas. Book club clashes dinner needs. Bar outings unfit for wives. Connections atrophied. Calls unanswered. Invites declined. Derek loomed at conferences like guard. At 16. Hidden bills surfaced in his truck, highlighted calls annotated. Sister, excessive. Unknown, probe. Lauren school, why? Dinner that night. I observed his surveillance. Her pre-speaking glance for approval. Perhaps Lauren joins Honor Society, she ventured. Portioning meat precisely. Derek cut in calmly. Extra costs. Time from home duties. Family priority. Right, Lauren? I swallowed screams, nodding to spare her later wrath unseen. The night I hit 17. Muffled voices pierced my door. Mom's plea met Derek's measured retort. College planning. SAT strong. He interrupted. Debt trap. Ideas filling her head. Away from contributing. Michael would've. Slap cracked sharp. Controlled, no visible mark. Never invoke him. I'm here paying. Sheltering. Prefers solitude again. Footsteps neared. I feigned sleep as he watched from the threshold. Morning brought Mom's turtleneck. Forced smile. We discussed local opportunities suit better. Derek read satisfied behind his paper. Eyes met mine briefly, trapped plea before dropping. We weren't family, hostages. Scout/Max perished prior. Natural per Derek, but I'd glimpsed kicks unseen. No warnings left. Just us ensnared in former home. Escape germinated with Counselor Mrs. Patel Post School. Straight A's yet invisible. No clubs. Potential wasted. Her sincerity cracked me. Tears flowed hearing Dad recalled positively. Military? She slid pamphlets.
Full ride.
Training. Honorable exit even controllers can't block. At 18-2 months. Enlistment viable sans consent. Folder concealed under mattress. I poured nightly. Recruiter SGT. Ramirez at library affirmed. Toxic homes common. Army resets. Signed post-birthday. Weight lifting like freedom key. Chose military police for justice ethos. Secret held 3 weeks till Derek assigned warehouse job. I enlisted. Ship June 15th. Plate shattered wall in rage. Ungrateful. Mom's rare whisper in my room. Proud. Your dad too. Run. Cash slipped pocket. Warning of hell ahead. Endured door removal. Phone cuts. Sabotage counting days. Departure morning. Derek porch crossed. You'll crack. Mom mouthed love you as Van departed. Fort Jackson. South Carolina. Planet distant from Middletown. Structure once cage became ascent. Excelled channeling fury to drills. Marksmanship. Sergeant 3 years. Staff Sergeant 5. Apartment mine. Doors intact. Mia Gonzalez bonded in AIT. Vibrant counter to my restraint. Shared survivor weariness. Packed. Emergency contacts. Chosen sisters. Mom's sparse text surfaced. Weather updates masking deeper. Funds sent occasionally withdrawn fast. 3 months prior. Codes emerged. Fake camping memories signaling entrapment. Erratic 2 a.m. recipes. Endurance versus. Wrist bruise photo. Direct safe. Yielded relative. Remembered dad's tackle box. Buried relic code for dire need. Leave approved swiftly. CO Hayes empathetic. Mia offered backup. Declined for a personal reckoning. Flight amplified dread. Warrior trained yet girl fearful returning. Derek prepped. Messages warned. Rage ignited volcanic. House decayed. Peeling paint. Overgrown yard. Erased traces. Susan gaunt. Vacant-eyed. Don't worsen. Derek lounged. Mocking prodigal returns. Demands to extract mom met laughter. Denial. Bruised challenge. Forced compliance. Go, she echoed. Promise whispered. Reckoning coming. Drove away plotting strategy. Reconnaissance preceded assault. Resources marshaled. Allies alerted. 1 month later ambush struck post-shift. Hallway dark. Breathing alert. Derek emerged. Susan propped broken by stairs. Spare key flashed. Family visit. Phone swiped to Mia before knocked away. Inside apartment. Act dropped. Calculated sobriety. Photo taunts. Demands transfer to Ohio. Refusal brought blows to Susan. Each my defiance cost her. Dragged to lot. Methodical beating avoiding face marks. 1 month or else. Susan watched car bound. No intervention. Receipt fluttered. Local motel room 237. Mistake exposed location. Mia arrived sirens blazing. MPs swarming. Statement given amid medics. Motel raid swift. Derek crashed window fleeing. Tackled. Susan immobile on bed. Trial intense. Prosecutors leveraged financial trails. Hospital fall records. Neighbor testimonies. I testified uniformed. Medals shining. Voice steady mission report. Susan's breakthrough under Major Gonzalez untangled manipulation. Derek's courtroom laugh sealed monster reveal. Verdict. Guilty all counts assault. Battery. Kidnapping. Federal officer attack. 25 years. Parole 15 minimum. Worst coward. Judge intoned. Derek's parting, nothing without me, met Susan's nothing with you. Post-verdict. Susan entered VA therapy for military family domestic programs. Apartment near base allowed twice-weekly dinners yet space. Trust rebuilt gradually, trauma lingers. She resumed teaching, joined support circles, adopted dog named Max. My promotion to Sergeant First Class celebrated with Mia's party. Susan's revived cake. Laughter with chosen family healed deeper than rank. Derek's prison death, heart attack 3 years in, bypassed funeral. Instead, Dad's grave flowers. Shared were free. Streetlight night birth strength, cycle shattered via recruiter's door. Friend's couch. Hotline courage. Message lingers. Escape exists always, bravery seizes it. Don't glance back. Years later. Amber light still haunts yet empowers. Lauren Bennett. Sergeant First Class.
Survived.
Susan thrives reclaimed. If trapped in another's hell, remember, way out awaits, military path. Ally support. Decisive call. Take it unyielding. Freedom's price. Forward gaze only. Forging from ashes what control stole.